Robert is the author of the book Lucid Dreaming, Gateway to the Inner Self. Since 1975, he has logged more than 1,000 lucid dreams. Let's give him a big round of applause.
Great, thank you so much. So back in 1975, I was a junior in high school reading a book by Carlos Castaneda called Journey to Ixtlan. And in this book, his shamanic teacher, Don Juan, suggests that he should find his hands in the dream state and become consciously aware. So I wondered about this, and I thought, maybe I could do this. Every night before I went to sleep, I'd look at my hands while telling myself, tonight in my dreams, I'll see my hands and realize I'm dreaming. Tonight in my dreams, I'll see my hands and realize I'm dreaming. And I'd do this for 4 or 5 minutes until I got so sleepy, I'd go to sleep. After 3 nights of doing this, I had a dream that I was walking through my high school hallway when all of a sudden, just like they were spring-loaded, boom, my hands popped right in front of my face. And I thought, my hands, this is a dream. And it was so wild to think that the guys over there, they're dream figures. And this wall over here is made of dream stuff. So what's interesting about this is 5 years later in 1980, 2 scientists came out with the evidence to validate how lucid dreaming occurs. And this is what they did. They realized that in the dream state, you have rapid eye movement. So they wondered, could you take somebody and bring them into a sleep lab, put polygraph pads on their eyes for rapid eye movement, but have them signal when they become consciously aware of dreaming that they're dreaming. And so what they did, they told the people, when you become aware, look left and right 8 times, and that'll signal that you're consciously aware. So here's a graph of what happened. Here in the middle section, underneath each bar, you can see where the rapid eye movement, suddenly they start moving their eyes left to right in a systematic way. And this provided the evidence to prove lucid dreaming, because people have been talking about lucid dreaming for thousands of years. Now, think about a normal dream. So in a normal dream, you know, Godzilla's coming out of the Des Moines River. You go right in to tell Terry Branstad, hey, you know, you got to mobilize the National Guard. But in a normal dream, we lack critical awareness. We just make up a story, we accept whatever happens, we just go with it. And that's how all of our dreams are. But in a lucid dream, when you consciously realize, wait a second, Godzilla, you're a fictional creation, you can turn back to Godzilla and say, hey, Godzilla, what do you represent? Or, hey, Godzilla, why are you chasing me? And so you can do an enormous amount of incredible things when you become consciously aware in the dream state. So at the beginning, when I became consciously aware, I'd just do fun things. I'd fly around like Superman, I'd walk on water, walk through walls, just do all these incredible things. I'd play around like Harry Potter at Hogwarts and just do kind of magical, fun things. It never really occurred to me that you could do more profound things. And so here we have Sigmund Freud in his couch. I started to realize that you could use lucid dreaming for emotional healing. And this is how you do it. I interviewed a woman who worked as an airline mechanic in O'Hare. A Boeing 767 came free and rolled across her legs and crushed one of them that had to be amputated. For 6 months she was in the hospital, and she started having recurring nightmares from this post-traumatic stress disorder. But finally she realized, she saw a book on lucid dreaming, she realized, boy, the next time I'm being chased by that monster, I'll realize that I'm lucidly aware. And that's what she did. She became lucidly aware because she thought, wait a second, I'm running, but I only have one leg. This must be a dream. And after that, she never had nightmares again. But you can also use this for things like phobias and obsessive compulsive disorder and anxiety. I've seen lucid dreamers use this to take care of all those kind of emotional problems. So here'd be an example. There's a good friend of mine, a lucid dreamer from Norway. She wanted to come to a dream conference that I was going to be at, but she was afraid of flying. So she wrote me, can you get over her fear of flying by lucid dreaming? And I told her, this is what you should do. Every time you become consciously aware in a dream, just get on an airplane and go flying. You know it's a dream, so you can't be hurt. And that's what she did 4 or 5 times and got over her fear of flying. Finally, I realized that behind the dream, there was an awareness. So you become consciously aware, and I started ignoring the dream figures and just talking to this awareness behind the dream. So here's what an artist did in one of his lucid dreams. He announced, When I go into that next room, I want to see the most incredible piece of art I can create. He walks into the next room, and this is what he saw. His name is Dustin Lucas. He's a lucid dreamer in Montreal and also an artist. But think of this. He just announces, when I go into that next room, there'll be the most incredible piece of art I can do. If I did that, you would see a stick figure, you know, in the next room. But when he does that as an artist, this is what he sees, and he called this painting the mirage of duality in the sands of time. But what I want to point out here is the incredible creativity that was created. He just asked, show me that most incredible thing I can create. So lucid dreamers have also realized that apparently you can use lucid dreaming for physical healing. A woman had plantar warts that were so painful she just hated to walk. And so a friend told her, why don't you try a lucid dream to get rid of that? So here's what she did. She became consciously aware in a dream. She remembered she wanted to get rid of her plantar warts. She created a ball of healing light, put it over each foot, and when she woke in the morning, all the plantar warts had turned black, and they all fell off within 10 days. So you can see how powerful this is. When you're aware at that level of your subconscious, you can actually, by all appearances, affect your physical body. But lucid dreaming, as basic, has a deep tradition as what Buddhists call dream yoga. It's one of the primary techniques. It's really a way, when you become consciously aware of the dream, you kind of reach the state of liberation, because that realization that it's a dream is very liberating. In the book, Journey to Ixtlan by Carlos Castaneda, Don Juan, his shamanic teacher, says, your idea of the world is everything. And when that idea changes, so does the world. And this is how lucid dreaming has changed me. By becoming consciously aware in the dream state, by realizing I'm dreaming, I've gone much further than I ever imagined.